Hello everyone and welcome back to the abundant automation process, where we are just about to start working on red circuits. Yes, indeed. So what do we need for red circuits? Let's take a gander. It's basically 1-to-1 to 2 electronic circuits, plastic bars and copper cables. So what I think I'll do is I'll leave a bit of a gap here, like so. Then have copper cable manufacturing produce one belt of copper cable, however many assemblers I'll need for that. Alright, so that's going to be copper in, and copper cable out. The way I'm doing it like this, and not with like a set ratio like here, or... yeah, I'm doing this very input ratio oriented, and I'm not saying, well, I want like one belt of red circuits, is that I won't be getting a full belt of red circuits anytime soon, so I might as well just work with what we have here. So this is gonna go someplace, and that place is gonna be here. So I don't even think we'll leave much of a space here. This is gonna be the output of this whole operation. You're gonna produce advanced circuits by means of copper cables and a split belt of electronic circuits and plastic bars. So those two are going to be red circuits too. And we'll have the same on the other side. Output goes that way. And also taking inputs like so. Let's craft some more medium poles here. No need to connect it up just yet. Alright, and then this will be... let's think about this. Let's bring this directly over here. This will be the other input. And then we'll have red belt coming out, red circuits coming out here. Can go through there and into a nice little splitter. Well, I think for the time being we could just collide these two lanes and be happy with it. We're going to bring our main circuitry belt, bus down here. Grab a couple more transport belts, and then all we need to do is plug in the inputs and enjoy ourselves. Alright, so you're going to come down here. And then you are copper. You're gonna be copper from over here. Oh, this works out pretty nicely. Then we have another copper input here. We don't even need to do the second space underground there, but kind of like the way it looks. All right, split you off there. You come over here. Now that's both inputs for these set up. You go in that way. Now we just need one lane of plastic bars and one lane of electronic circuits here. And that should be pretty simple. Now if we end up upgrading this thing to blue belt, side insertion like this will not work, because side inserting or side loading, as it's also sometimes called, it doesn't work. It doesn't obtain full compression on blue belts. It just will not give you fully compressed half lanes. So what we'll then need to do is find some other way of doing it. But I am sure we will prevail. Now let's plug this thing in and let's see where we... Oh, let's also modernize the power grid on the green circuit production. So we'll do one here, one there, one there, and one there. No, come on. Yeah. We'll put our lights back in. I've been doing a pretty bad job at dealing with the lights, but I think with the more lights mod it's pretty workable as is. Alright, now you are working. Let's increase production a little bit. Let's maybe go with... Yeah, 8 seems about enough for the time being. Let's do that and bring those here. Inputs, more inputs, and outputs to the top. And the bottom of this. Power and go. Alright, that's red circuits. Hooray, hooray! Alright, what else? We need batteries. For batteries we need sulfuric acid. But batteries aren't really circuitry, are they? So we wouldn't want to produce them here. What's more, the space that we have here is probably just about enough to fit in blue circuit production, and then that's it. So let's put it down here. When planning this, I will want to leave space for a belt factory. Do I want to leave space for a belt factory? That doesn't really matter. You know what? Let's do a belt factory. I'm just jumping all over the place with the things I'm doing here, but that's alright. It's a very basic design here. We're gonna have splitters here, belts in the middle, and underground belts there. And then we will do what? Well, first of all, we'll align this. So belt production does need quite a bit of gear wheels. So I want to make certain that we actually do provide enough. So let's say those are splitters level 2, those are belts level 2, and that's underground, and we're going backwards essentially with this, upgrading towards the bus as opposed to away from it. And then these will also need raw iron. So let's bring in raw iron from there, and let's produce belts, gear wheels I mean, down here. Now that may look like a lot of belts, like a lot of gear wheels, but it's not really. Considering that I think you need about 40 gear wheels or something like that for one express underground belt. Right, but we will need a lot more inserters for this. Oh god, robots will be such a boon. Considering the size that this factory is getting preposition. Right. So iron is always 2 to 1 gear wheels. So we'll do that, and just to keep it balanced, like so, and then you can take from there. No, we'll see about power later on. Alright, so these are 2 iron lanes. And what about this? It's probably enough to put in 1 inserter. From there, and then you'll also take equally... this will work. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, you need red circuits for the level 3 splitters. Yes. So we'll have a split belt here with red and green circuits. You have everything you need. You do not. You need iron plate and lots. Well, we'll just do this. Lots always means lots. Right, and you only need transport belt and iron plate, so same thing as there. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll even take 2 full lanes here, just for the fun of it. Yeah, it's a good question. How many will these things produce? Well, let me science this a little bit. Oh, we have a crafting speed of 0.75. Crafting time 0.5. So we're doing one craft in 2/3 of a second. One craft in 2/3 of a second means 1.5. What? Ah, yeah, 1.5 items per second, of course. And we have 13.3 something. On a yellow belt. So we wouldn't actually be able to support 6 blue assemblers of one single belt of iron plate. No, it doesn't really matter. We'll upgrade it as we see fit. And as the need arises. For now, we'll just pipe all of our remaining iron into here. And when we actually need more for other tasks, we'll go from there. Ah, so I did want to do something with the stone here. No, that's alright. We're gonna leave the belt there and see what we can do with it later. You know what? This doesn't look very promising. Let's do this instead. Just so that we actually have a bus after this. Alright, now you're iron. And you will be green circuits. But only half of a green circuit belt. And out of underground belt again. We'll just bring down our green circuit bus and work from there. Alert up there. Seems to be pretty manageable. I think eventually we'll want to start another extermination program all the way up in the north. But that time is not now. Oh, we did leave a gap of 4. Alright, let's try turning this thing on. Let's see if we can create a nice and even grid here. There we go. Now these still cannot put their stuff anywhere. But that's no problem. I think we'll do all of this with a chest in here. Yeah, later on these will be upgraded into requesters probably, so that we can just throw in the low-level belts we've upgraded from. Right, and you will still need lots of input for gear wheels. And one output. And what I'll do for the time being is just limit all of these, the level 1s, to not very much at all. And then I want about 100 underground belts, 100 splitters, and let's call it 500 transport belts. I know at the moment all of this is bottlenecked on the transport belt production, because the basic underground belt, did I say? It's bottlenecked on this, alright, and the basic splitters and basic underground belts, they obviously both need basic transport belt, as does the fast transport belt, so it'll take a little while until it's all evened out. And I didn't even, yeah, let me rectify that situation. Can I? No, I can't. So I might as well do it the other way around. Like so. And then that'll be okay. Inserters prefer to take from the near side if they can. Alright, so that's our belt factory done and dusted. And in the next episode we'll start working on some batteries down here so that we can, after all, start working on science pack numero 3. So as always, thank you a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Described, and I shall see you soon.